Well, that was fucking weird. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? And today we are going to be talking about Alien Resurrection. Probably the weirdest alien movie I have ever seen. And that says a lot. Starting off with my positives on Alien Resurrection is seeing Brad Dourif. As a lot of you may know, if you've been around on my channel for a while, then you know that I'm a huge Brad Dourif fan. He voices my favorite horror icon of all time, Chucky. Chucky is my favorite horror icon of all time, and Brad Dourif is the legendary voice actor behind him, and he makes a little appearance in this movie. Not something huge, but he does make an appearance in here to where he's like a weird scientist or whatever that made this Ripley clone that also has alien DNA. He helped clone Ripley, and whenever a movie is bad or whenever a movie is very mediocre, Brad Dourif, if he's in it, he's always going to be a redeemable factor for me. I absolutely love Brad Dourif. Every time he shows up in a movie, I just absolutely love him. Like I said, I love Chucky. He's my favorite horror icon of all time. So whenever Brad Dourif just shows up in a movie, I just can't help but smile and be happy because he's just a great horror movie icon in my mind. And it's going to be a very sad day when that guy leaves. But yeah, Brad Dourif, he he's just a phenomenal voice actor and a phenomenal actor, if you ask me, in the horror world, and it's always good to see him around. I also like how we got to see more aliens again, to where in the third movie we only get to see one alien, to where this is the second alien movie to where we get to see multiple. I believe the guy said there's like 12 of them on the ship, which is kind of cool to see. It's just like multiple aliens and just fucking people up. But what I also like about these aliens is that they're actually smart, to where there's like a part to where they're like hidden in this like they're kept in this cage in a way to where like the doctors are looking at them, studying them, seeing how they move and act and all that. It's just something like that. But when hell breaks loose, the aliens are smart and they're willing to kill one of their own kind just to use their acid blood to melt through the ground. I loved that part. That part was absolutely great and just showed how smart they are, and especially the part to where the aliens are swimming through the water. That was an awesome sequence. I really loved that. But yeah, seeing multiple aliens, and I really kind of dug the design to where they kind of looked deadlier in a way, but they kind of looked the same. But for some reason, about the look of these aliens made them look more horrifying and creepier for some reason. I don't know if that was just me, but yeah, seeing multiple aliens again was pretty cool, especially since the second one had a bunch of them, and then we got to the third one and only had one. But seeing multiple of them again was just a lot of fun. I also think this movie has some of the best kills of the series. My favorite kill by far, and it was probably the most creative death, if you ask me, is when this guy, he's like this nerdy-ish guy, kinda, and he wears glasses, and he woke up after having a face hugger on his face, and he doesn't know it. But as but when he wakes up, they tell him that he has a chest burster in him. But then when the chest burster is ready to come out when they're on the ship, the villain of the movie, which I'll get to, he comes up on the ship, has Winda Ryder on a gun pointed to her head, and he just goes over and he just grabs by the head and puts him on his chest, and the alien comes out of the guy's chest and goes through the guy's head. That was such a gnarly ass kill, and I loved it. And one of the first kills that we get in this movie is like with the captain or sergeant, to where the alien just uses his second mouth to headbutt him in the head, and he just reach over and takes out a piece of his brain. That was gnarly as hell, and for some reason I got a little chuckle out of me because I'm a horrible person. But yeah, the kills in this movie are just absolutely gnarly and awesome, to where it kind of continues something from Alien 3, to where it makes the kills more gnarly and bloody again, and the little gore hound in me was just happy to see that. Moving on to my mixed aspects on Alien Resurrection, and the first one is Ripley. Now, Ripley, like I've talked about multiple times, she's one of my favorite final girls of all time. I absolutely adore Ripley, but she is fucking weird in this movie, dude, to where is it cool to see Sigourney Weaver come back? Absolutely. Is it cool to see this like new version of Ripley instead of just like, oh, I'm just in this situation again. I'm at the wrong place at the wrong time type thing again. Yeah, it's cool to see that instead of just seeing the whole thing repeat itself. Just like, oh, I'm at the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, I must be unlucky. I don't like that they would keep doing that. But they do something interesting to where Ripley is now a clone of the original Ripley because in this movie they shared that it's been 200 years since Ripley died, and so they cloned her and they gave her alien DNA. They took Ripley's blood before she died, which I don't know how they got it, and they got alien DNA, and they merged them together, and we got this Ripley that says she's the mother of the alien.
So, who do I have to fuck to get off this boat?
And she has blood that is acid, like aliens. I have such concerns on the decision making there. Because it's so stupid and so fucking weird. And the way she acts, to where she's like this like weird human alien thing that we get at the end, and she's just roping it and like kind of rubbing its head, and when she kills it, she starts crying and says, "I'm sorry." It's so stupid. Another mixed element is the characters. Now, it's not that they're unlikable, it's just that they're kind of just nobodies, and none of them are really memorable in a way because none of them I really recognized. Not recognized. I don't really remember their names. The only reason I recognize them is because they're played by some memorable actors, like this one asshole-ish character that's kind of a dick to the paraplegic character. I only recognized him because he's the stepfather of Jackson from Sons of Anarchy. I only recognized him because of that, and you also get like this the guy who's like the leader of this crew. I forget his name, but his actor is played by the main villain of The Crow. That's the only reason I recognized him here. And Winda Ryder, who is a android in this movie, which is supposed to be a huge twist and huge surprise at the end, but not really. But yeah, none of these characters are really memorable. They're not. It's not like they're just not likable. They're fine, I guess. It's just that they're not memorable, and their only reason they're sort of memorable is because they're played by interesting cast members. Moving on to my negatives, and like I said, this movie's weird. This movie is so fucking weird. I already talked about it with Ripley, but this movie is just so batshit bananas that it seriously had me questioning, like, what am I watching? What the fuck is happening? Especially towards the end when you get like this weird human like alien that like sure he's kind of cool. He fucks up the queen alien and he fucks up some people that are kind of cool, especially Brad Dourif at the end when he just bites off like half of his head off. Like that's cool. That's a cool kill. The character's okay, I guess, but it's just like it's so fucking weird. It really had me questioning what was happening. I was sitting there the whole time going, because I was so confused. I had no idea what the fuck was happening. And it's just been like, what the fuck was going on in the writer's room? Who the fuck at the table during the script writing just went, this is a good idea? Who approved this? Anything, my next negative is a nitpick. The human villain, I forget his name. He's just basically just an evil scientist, and he worked alongside Brad Dourif's character in this movie. He's kind of like the human-ish villain, to where technically he is because he shoots Windia Ryder's character, and like shoots her, and she just falls, and then we find out she's an android, and tries to kill them at the end, holds her at gunpoint again until he meets his end. He's not likable. He's not a very huge threat. And to where like I was actually for some reason shocked when he shot Windia Ryder's character because I was like, oh, he's supposed to be a villain. Okay. But yeah, he's just not memorable. This movie does not have very memorable characters. All in all, guys, I kind of enjoy Alien Resurrection. Even when I was a kid, I really enjoyed it. But this movie is weird. But 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 it's kind of fun because how weird it is. This movie is just a lot of fun. This is a movie that I wouldn't mind rewatching. I would definitely rewatch it over Alien 3. But it's just a fun time. It's just okay. It's not bad. It's not good. Definitely not great. It's okay. It's a fun movie enough. I wouldn't recommend it to all Alien fans. I understand why a lot of Alien fans might not like it. I don't think it's the worst of the franchise by far, but it's fun. So what do you guys think about Alien Resurrection? Have you seen it? What do you think about it? Do you like this movie? Do you not like this movie? Do you actually think this is the worst of the franchise? Let me know in the comments below and we shall talk about it. And if you like this video, like it. If you love to subscribe to talk and oh god, if you like this video, like it. If you love to subscribe to the bell notification so you will get notified for all of my latest videos. And of course, until my next video, see you all next time.